And do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
Okay, why is that?
I voted for him a couple times. I think I like that he's somebody that's doing something as opposed to the last candidate who wasn't really there or doing anything. Like setting up that meeting, trying to make something happen. Of course, it's not in the first day, but if he comes off with a peace agreement here, trilateral, it's huge. And just to have
So,
like
so if he
all of
doesn't
Europe
have
come.
this, maybe he'll have something under your view. There's no good reason to indicate that this is true at all.
What, that Zelensky and all
No,
of
that
Europe
they're
met
that
with
they're
him?
gonna actually get a deal done.
No, but would it be good if there was a deal, an end to this war, at least to this war? Would that not
Uh,
be good? Can we have
if
an
if
agreement
you,
on that?
if you, it depends on what the conditions of the agreement are.
Oh, so it has to be conditional. Like an end of a war is not a good thing.
Yeah, like if it just that Russia takes over the entirety of the land, that would be bad, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
it's a
then so then you
stalemate.
so then you agree with me.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants a takeover, but
Okay, well then
it's
that yeah, that's all I was saying.
But see, this is one example of just trying to do something. Like we could debate if the tariffs are good, or if like how he did it is good, or
You
what
want to
what's
go
going.
ahead, argue. Why is it, what's a tariff? Why is it good?
No, but I'm just taking specifically Friday and today, like just to see all European leaders sitting with him. Zelensky coming back a second time and saying, "All right, yeah, everybody wants peace. Okay, the next step, we're gonna have Putin and Zelensky sit down." This is something I didn't see the last administration do, and I'm so old. I voted for Obama, twice.
Well, I don't know
So
what the point of that is. Can you just tell me like why you support Donald Trump? Because it seems like it's
I'm
not
just
based
I'm
upon
just
something
not
that's
like.
happened yet.
No, just like I was liberal earlier, like in my life. I understand being young and liberal and
I
just
understand
going,
being I understand being old and conservative.
yeah, yeah, because yeah, you'll see one day. How old are you? Is that too
I'm
personal?
23 years old.
23? Yeah, I was probably same kind of mindset as you. But just no matter what he does, it's always like it's a bad thing. But you look at today, and like, I would love to hear somebody on the left, even if you hate Trump, to just be like, wow, if Biden would have got a meeting with Putin and Zelensky in any of the time that he was there, we're like, oh, nice. We're making progress, right? Don't we want not war?
Okay. So yeah, I think we would love to not have war. It depends on the conditions that we see and what we have. Your age doesn't mean it for your beliefs. I grew up in a conservative Christian household. When I was younger, I was conservative. Now that I'm older, I'm liberal. There are older people than me that are liberal. There are older people than me that are conservative. It doesn't matter what your age is. That's not a reason as to why to dictate what your views are now or what they're going to be. Now, in terms of this, what is the reason why you support Donald Trump? It seems like you haven't provided like something that's actively happened. Because again, I can just point to Donald Trump literally cutting the funding and then bringing the funding back. Why did that happen?
Well, because it's we we're supporting a foreign conflict that through NATO, it's us, right? It's 85% of us. So without us, there is no support for Ukraine, and there's probably a total Ukraine collapse and invasion in
Yeah,
that
but so then why
case.
do you get rid of the funding?
Well, it's leverage. You got to understand the guy is
Getting rid
using
of the
leverage.
funding was leverage?
Yeah, it's like it's leverage against
How?
Russia. He's like, it's leverage against Russia. Like you get rid of the funding, and then you see how people react, and then you say, "Well, I could turn the faucet back on," and Russia's going to be like, "No, well, that's not good for us." That's how you get Putin to come to the
That's what
table.
already existed. That
I
doesn't get
know,
him
but
to come to the table. What? It's what already existed
Putin.
prior.
Putin came to Alaska. Were you watching anything on Friday? He came, like he met with us. He never has before. He's been isolated completely.
He would have engaged
But
with Trump even if he didn't get rid of the funding. That's what I'm saying.
you think so?
Yeah.
The threat of having the funding go back, and it's not only just the funding,
There is no threat. He put it back in place.
it's the weapon. It's you have to
If
kind
you
of
wanted to
flow
keep it as a
between
threat,
these
there
things
wouldn't
and
be
give and
funding.
take. And what's your
Wait,
leverage? Well, the
if
U.S.
you wanted
has.
to keep, wait, hold up. If you wanted to keep it as a threat, the funding wouldn't have been put back in place. It would have been a threat.
The funding, the funding's been there since way before Trump. There's been over $300 billion that's been given to this conflict. To what? To what avail? They've lost territory. They've lost hundreds of thousands, probably
Trump,
millions of people.
you're not listening.
It's a stagnation.
You're not listening at
I
all.
go back to what?
Trump got rid of the funding.
Okay, I'll
Trump brought back funding. It's not a threat because that would imply that the funding isn't put in place and that he's threatening to put it in place. But since it's already put in place, then there's no threat.
Yeah, but we're not privy to the conversations happening on the phones and what's going on, and how do you get Putin to pick up a call and be interested? If we align with Europe and Ukraine and just keep funding this war and say the money's going to keep coming, well, then why would Putin even pick up the phone call from us? These are things that there's stuff that we don't know. It's not like we know.
Bro, you're not listening.
We know funding's cut.
You're not listening. We have the funding in place right now, currently. The funding is in place currently. And he came to the table when the funding was in place.
It's been reestablished.
Yeah, so it's not a threat. It's already been established.
Well, it's a threat to Putin.
What?
Because if Trump says I'm going to cut the funding, what do you think that looks like for Putin? Putin's like, sick. That's going to be a lot easier for me. 85% of the funding is going to disappear. If U.S. loses a flavor for this war, well, then I'm going to be able to go in even harder,
Yeah, so that's why he wanted Trump into the position of power, because Trump was going to cut the funding. And that's what happened. And that's exactly what he was salivating at. Actually, you just realized the exact reason why Putin is manipulating Trump.
The whole Putin and Trump is a puppet of Putin and their line is, I don't buy that stuff. It sounds like Putin wanted Trump in there.
You just gave the reasoning as to why that was the case, by the way. He didn't realize.
Yeah, but that's big conspiracy there, Parker. Putin wanted Hillary in there.
Wait,
too,
if it was big conspiracy, well, then you're saying your own reasoning was big conspiracy. Interesting.
No, I'm trying to. The main point of this was like, why do you support MAGA? Well, because Donald Trump is doing something to end the war in Ukraine. I don't want Ukrainians.
Yeah,
or
he was
Russians.
He gave Putin more power, right? Like he cut the funding, which gave Putin more power.
I really don't give a shit about the war over there.
Now he doesn't care. Now he doesn't care. Okay.
No, I never did. I care about here. It's not our war to fight. We shouldn't. It's not me that there. But I like a guy who's out there going and doing something about it. And
okay,
I'm aligned.
So by the way, he doesn't care about it, but he also wants someone to do something about it. Do you hear yourself?
No, do something about ending the war because we're involved.
So you do care. So you do care.
I care about where our money's going and people dying. Yes, I do care.
So you do care.
There are wars everywhere. Should we get entangled in every war everywhere?
Do we have an agreement, right, with Ukraine that if Russia were to invade their country, that we would defend them?
That's not. No, NATO is.
We do. It's called the Budapest Memorandum.
It's not. They're not in NATO. So we're supposed to. So we should go fight over there with our troops, right? That's what you're saying?
No, I said the Budapest Memorandum obligates us to give them aid, like in an ethical stance, because we agreed to it.
Pay, just to pay. So what? So like if NATO keeps creeping towards Russia's border and we keep putting missiles on Russia's border and keep increasing the size of NATO, wouldn't you think that's a threat to Russia? You never take Russia's perspective?
Wow, nice Russian propaganda you got there. Latvia,
Just don't tell me what it is. I'm asking you personally.
Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia on the border of Russia. Literally,
Yeah,
literally on the border of Russia. Were
yeah,
in NATO in the early 2000s. Joined NATO in the early
yeah,
2000s. They've been in NATO the whole
yeah.
time. We've already been on Russia's border. NATO is defensive. Okay? So what you're actually
But
posing
do you
is
know what
Russian
those three
propaganda.
countries were? Do you know what those three countries were when I was born? They were called the Soviet Union, dude. Yeah.
Then what is that? Was that supposed to mean?
Ukraine was the Soviet Union. So this country
Okay.
is like,
So
so we're turning Soviet
so
Union
was so was so
three.
was half of Germany. Do you think that half of Germany is rightfully owned by Russia?
No, I don't think so. Borders fluctuate, but if the
Borders
alliance
fluctuate. Yeah.
started,
So like they signed away all rights to Ukraine.
but you say that Ukraine's borders can't fluctuate in this peace deal. Yet borders fluctuate. They have all the time. In my lifetime, they
They
have.
shouldn't, because I think that Ukraine is self-determination and shouldn't have been invaded in the first place.
Of course not. Of course they shouldn't have been invaded in the first place. Of course not. But should the Soviet Union have collapsed?
Wait? So if it was specifically about him reducing the amount of countries that were on his border that were NATO, he clearly lost because two different countries since he started the war have joined NATO
Of course, they're
on his
they're
border.
scared. Yeah, they're scared. Of course, NATO is a great alliance.
Who are they scared of? Those countries. Who are they scared of?
Well, they see the sphere of influence that the U.S. has and NATO has, and they want to be a part of that.
Wait.
Rather than,
Who are they scared of?
well, the Cold War, was lost by the Soviet Union, right? Like,
You want to answer this question? Are you like
what?
running
What
Russian
question?
propaganda right now? Who are
No,
they
I'm
scared of? Who
thinking.
are those countries that
I'm
joined NATO scared of? Why are they joining NATO?
Who are they scared of?
Yeah.
So you join an alliance,
I'll give you a hint.
not because
I'll give you a hint. The name starts
Russia,
with R.
the big bad Russians, huh?
Russia.
You're
Yeah,
so scared
that's
of
why. That's
Russia.
why they're scared of Russia. That's why. That's why they joined NATO. Okay? Because
Right,
NATO is defensive and it will protect their country from Russia invading them and taking them over.
right.
Okay? That's the only
Big
reason
bad
that Ukraine
Russia.
would have wanted. Yeah, big bad Russia. Absolutely.
Our allies during World War II helped us defeat Germany, right?
Oh,
They
so allies. Okay. So wait, hold up. You
they
want to
well,
be
you
wait,
want
no.
to
So
talk? You're talking Budapest Pacts and stuff. We can go all the way back to the treaty.
wait, I have a question.
Like,
Do you want to be allies with Russia?
I wouldn't mind being friendly with anybody. Like, if it's good for
You want
everybody,
to be
then
friendly with
let's
Putin?
be. Like, rather than adversarial, yeah, why not? If it's beneficial for everybody, then why are we? Why is this so scared of this big
So,
bad?
but what do
Like,
you mean
it's
by
still the
beneficial
Cold
for
War.
everyone? They're invading countries and taking them over and killing people and displacing them and taking their land. Do you not think that's bad?
You're talking about like the Donetsk region and parts of Ukraine. They're taking their land. Well, what about the referendums, like in those parts of Ukraine that were saying we are more Russian than Ukrainian? Do those people don't have a voice if they'd rather be Russian?
So you think the
That's all.
places that Russia has taken over, they wanted to be a part of Russia? Yeah, that's why you're
There,
saying it was justified? This is straight Russian propaganda.
no. I'm
Do you
not
hear yourself
justifying.
right now? Where did you get this
Yeah.
information from? Where Facebook?
What do you
Dude,
What do you mean?
straight up, this guy's feed has just been Russian bots, right? This guy looks at the comment section and he sees a Russian bot making an argument. He's like, you know what? I agree with that. You literally see
You don't
Russian bots
you don't
in
you don't
comment
look at the
sections and you
other
agree with
side.
it. It's ridiculous.
You don't look at the other
You know,
side and say,
You
huh?
are literally a product of Russian misinformation. You know that, right? Like
No, no, dude.
Russia engages in cyber attacks against the United States and spreads misinformation to affect our election outcomes, and you are literally a byproduct of
And
that.
that's my brain rot, right? Yeah.
Yeah, literally. I'm not trolling. The brain rot has gone really so far that you have become
Mm.
essentially equivalent to a Russian bot in a TikTok comment section.
So Russians aren't people. They don't have opinions. They don't have thought. They
Wait,
don't. People
wait.
don't.
No. I'm not saying people in Russia are not people. What? That's not what I'm arguing. I'm saying Russia as a country literally creates bots that are
Yeah,
not
yeah, sure.
real, that type in comment sections to then try
Mm-hmm.
to manipulate mass opinion in the United
Yeah,
States.
yeah. I'm aware. Yeah, I've heard of such things. Yeah.
Yeah, you're affected by it. You literally believe
You're
things
saying
because of
I'm
it.
reading that
Yes.
and that's shifting my brain, right?
Yes, literally. You literally believe Russian propaganda because of that. Who else did you watch? Tim Pool?
I thought we were just debating here, you and me. We didn't have to like start getting personal where this and that.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't
Yeah,
know.
we were just debating and you just started like giving out Russian propaganda.
No, I heard that in some regions there were votes held and some people are
Where'd you
more
see this
loyal to
information?
Russia.
Where'd you see this
Huh?
information?
Oh, dude, I don't know. Like, I like to look at other sides, bro.
Yeah, like
And you're like,
what
and
other
you're
sides?
bleeding,
What
and
what
you're
source?
okay. So you're
What
and
other
you're
side did you look at?
and you're a bleeding heart Ukrainian supporter. No matter what, we should all just fight and for Ukraine, a country that
I
I
think
am
that we should help
older than.
defend Ukraine, and we shouldn't be
I'm
defending
older
Russia
than
that's literally
Ukraine.
invading them.
I'm older than the country of Ukraine, dude.
So
And you're saying, and this place is
wait, and
like,
also that's
this
not
is
true.
like,
You know, Ukraine existed prior, like within the Soviet Union, right? Ukraine
yeah,
as a country still
yeah.
existed within the
That's
Soviet
where
Union.
like Russia started, dude. Was in Ukraine. The country of Russia
Do you know
started.
what the Soviet Union is? It's a union
Yeah,
of countries. Ukraine still existed,
yeah. I'm aware.
and it also existed before the USSR. You know that, right?
Dude, it was the beginning of Russia. It started in Ukraine. Like it's Russia, it's Ukraine. All of a sudden,
Wait,
the Soviet
Ukraine. I'm
Union.
pretty sure Ukraine existed before Russia. I'd have to check though.
Not as a country, dude.
Wait, yeah. Hold up.
You got a computer. I'm out. You know, I'm not by a computer. You could look up when Ukraine's constitution was written, but it ain't before Russia. But anyways, it's like that's just one topic.
Wait, let's seriously though. Let me. No,
Okay.
let's see it. Like if Ukraine existed before Russia, then it's impossible for that to be true. Also, wait, did Ukraine exist before it was a part of a Russia?
Did Ukraine exist before it was a part of Russia?
Yeah.
You're asking me?
Wait. If you're saying that a country that used to be a part of another country, even though it gained independence, doesn't have a legitimate basis for that independence, well, then you're saying Britain has a right to take over the United States?
What if like Maine and Vermont voted
Are
to
you saying
become
Mexico has a right
back
to
into
take
the
over?
British?
Are you saying Mexico has a right to take over California?
If most Californians voted to be part of Mexico, then
You don't
I
have a.
would say
Can
there's
you
an
provide me the
argument.
source where most Ukrainians voted to be a part of Russia?
Can you?
You're the one who made the
I
claim.
don't know. I don't know, dude. You're just like I don't even know what your
I
side
don't
of the
know.
story
I
is.
don't know. That's called a trust me, bro. Trust me, please, please. Trust me.
So what? Keep
Trust
fighting.
me,
We
please.
shouldn't. So
Please, trust me,
what's your point on
believe.
this
Believe what I
conflict?
said, please. Trust me.
What's your point on this conflict, dude? Like we should just like
Wait,
defend Ukraine and put
Trump is in.
troops there.
Trump has the funding there.
What's your stance on the conflict? We should
We
put
should defend
U.S.
Ukraine.
troops
We should no.
till
We
the
should
end.
we
Till
should
the end.
defend you. We should defend Ukraine from Russia by using aid.
Until everyone's gone. Until there's
As
no
long
soldiers.
as long as Ukraine wants to defend itself.
Until Ukraine is like not kidnapping people off the street and putting them on the front lines. Until the average age of Ukrainian soldier is like 58. It's 48 right now. The average soldier's age. They're running out of people.
Wait, do you think less Ukrainians will, if it is the case that they are not able to defend themselves?
I think less Ukrainians will. There is a peace.
So wait,
Territory
I have
or
a question.
not.
So then,
Redraw the maps or
would you
not.
argue for Russia taking over the entirety of Ukraine right now because that would completely end the conflict and yes, less Ukrainians would.
Not the entirety. Certain
Wait,
regions are not gonna give up.
but it would
They
but
control-
wait, hold up, less people would die.
That's a good question. Uh, that's a really good question, Park. I think, well, then it would be like, not because then you're like a country, you're like taking it over, and it's like you have no idea what's going to happen once it's taken over.
Isn't that exactly
I
what Russia
think
just did with parts of Ukraine? And you're advocating that we should just give them up?
parts, not all, you know?
So what
It's
is he going to
war,
do?
dude.
What is he going to do with
It's
those
war.
areas? Oh, but you
It's
gave
war.
Russia more power by cutting the funding for Ukraine. So
It's
it's
right.
just war. It's war where they're like literally starving people.
The
They're
funding is
massacring innocent
Park.
people.
The funding is not the solution. It's not working. It's been a stalemate.
Wait. So
for
then
3 years.
why does Trump have the funding in place?
Because he's got a level. He's got the people at the table, dude. He's got everyone talking.
So then why did he get rid of the funding originally?
Because it was leverage. I'm saying you turn off.
There was no greater leverage obtained by getting rid of the funding and then putting it back in place. Like seriously, no greater
I was trying to
leverage. Like
explain
seriously, you get no greater leverage by just taking it away and putting it back in place at random times. You get no leverage by that.
He's getting leverage. You're thinking just against the Russians, but there's the Europeans too who are ready to fight tooth and nail for this.
We
So
don't
you
need
cut the
leverage
one-
against Europe. What are you talking about? We were negotiating
Yeah.
with Europe.
We're funding the whole
Wait.
thing.
If you want to be able to negotiate more with Europe, you want more confidence within Europe. What do you think Donald Trump's public confidence rates are within Europe? They're dog shit. They're atrocious. You think that
doesn't
Donald
matter.
Trump?
Meanwhile,
You think
there's-
Donald
there's-
Trump has more say over Europe, over what happens within Europe, than a Democrat would? You're delusional.
over NATO, over NATO,
You're completely wrong.
they've doubled their funding. They've
Under
doubled their
Biden
funding.
mostly. Under Biden mostly.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Look, they went from 2% to 5%. They're starting to say, well, we
Between
can't
what
count
years?
on it.
Between what years?
Recently here, dude.
What years?
So Biden was standing up tall to Europe and saying,
Wait, so
guys
you
need
think
to
they went from
fund
2 to 5% in the past 6-7 months?
Just look it up. You
No.
got a
You
Google
wait.
machine
No.
right
Do you
there.
think they
You
went
got
from 2
six
to 5?
screens in
Wait, no,
front of you.
hold up. You think they went from 2 to 5% in the past 7 months?
Just Google it. You got 7 screens right there. Just Google
I
it.
don't have 7. I have 2 screens, and you need to answer the question.
I just have my phone and a cigarette, man. I'm just chatting with you, dude. It's kind of cool that you've kept
You
me
all
on so long.
do you have a brain cell maybe? Because you forgot to
Oh.
mention that. I'm asking, do you have brain cells that function properly
Ouch.
in a logical sense?
Oh. No, dude, I don't. I'm sorry. Parker, don't have to be mean, man. Insult my intelligence, dude. Come on,
I
let's
wasn't.
love.
I was asking if that was the case because like that's a faculty that you can use in order to be able to think and respond to my
But
question.
we're talking about stuff that Trump has done, right? 6, 7 months. I don't know what. It's more than the Afghanistan pullout. That was kind of a show, stuff like that. I don't know.
Set up by
I'm just-
Trump. Set up by Trump.
No, it's always him, isn't it? It's like just an
Literally,
obsession.
yeah. Damn right. Damn
When we
right.
pulled out
It
of
is
Afghanistan,
always him. You're
who was in
right.
charge? When all the
What's up?
Afghanis were climbing on the bombers when we were pulling out and we left all that military surplus in Afghanistan, who was in charge?
Wait, that was weapons and arms we gave to the Afghan government to defend themselves. Do you think we shouldn't have given any
we
weapons
split.
or arms to defend themselves?
And then we split. And who took the arms? And what
No,
happened?
I'm just asking. I'm asking. In that circumstance, should
That's
we
your
provide?
guy doing stuff.
Should we
That's
provide?
how your guy does.
Answer the question. Should we provide any arms for them to defend themselves?
The Afghan, no, that's another conflict we should have had nothing to do with. Like Iraq war, I'm against both of them. Afghan war, I'm against. Get out of there. Ukraine, get out of there. Everything. It's like we should, if we're going to be global peacekeepers, let's get people to the table and make peace. That's what America is. MAGA or not, nobody likes war. We don't.
I have a question.
Like, no.
If Trump had the ability to set up the agreement so that he could have left under his administration rather than having them leave under Biden's administration, how couldn't you say that there's any level of responsibility or culpability on behalf of Trump, given that he chose to leave it up to Biden rather than doing it himself?
Yeah, that's a knock against Trump, I would say. He probably could have pulled out of there earlier, and he didn't. It was like a long-ass 20-year meaningless money
Yeah,
suck.
like
I think
why didn't he pull out earlier? He had the ability to. They had a ceasefire. He could have pulled out.
I think it's a different administration now. I
No,
think there's a
why didn't
different
he do it
guy.
on why didn't he do it before? Why did he leave it up to Biden?
He didn't know what he was doing the first term, in my opinion. He was just figuring the ropes out.
So Trump had no clue what he was doing, and yet you think he would have had a better response in pulling troops out of Afghanistan? Do you hear yourself right now?
I don't know.
You
Just
don't
thinking
know?
out loud, bro. I'm just thinking out loud, bro. I'm not,
Sure.
you know. Anyways, man. What else?
Wait, okay. I get thinking out loud, but maybe you should acknowledge that the thoughts you had contradicted one another.
Oh, that Trump could have pulled out, but see, I don't know, because we're looking at like theoretical things that could have happened, possibly, maybe. Why didn't he do a thing? But the thing that happened was Biden pulled out, and it was a sloppy mess. So I'm just comparing that to why I'm MAGA
Yeah,
against.
and Trump could have pulled out before, but chose not to and chose to leave it up to Biden. Why did he do that?
He didn't choose to. He chose to do nothing, which is not the best thing.
Wait. That means he leaves it up to
How
Biden.
can you
He
support a
he
guy?
chose to set up the leave the day when Biden was president, not when he was president.
What? Say that
He
again.
could have given the order to leave at any point.
Yeah, there's things we're not privy to, probably. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a huge military-industrial complex that's running this whole country.
So
Not really.
are you saying that Trump like expected that Biden would have done a good job?
I think Trump was expecting to win a second term, dude. I think a lot of people were.
Okay.
So I think he
And you
had
agree he
plans on
lost,
doing it.
right?
Yeah, he lost.
Okay. And you agree he sent false slates of electors to electoral college to cast Trump votes when he didn't win to try to steal the election, and he also incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol, right?
Incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol. I followed the whole thing. This whole stop the steal thing. You know, a lot of us were hoping Pence would put a block, because as the vice president, you can block the
He
electoral
would
counts.
block the right electoral votes.
Yeah, you know, there's a count at the end when all the electoral causes come in,
Yeah,
and the vice
and
president.
do you think one that that's anti-constitutional, and two, do you think that's Trump literally trying to rig the results?
Well, he obviously didn't rig it because it went through,
Yeah, but like he
right?
tried to rig it.
I don't think the Stop the Steal movement prior to January 6th had anything really to do with Trump. It was
Really had
people.
nothing to do with Trump. It's not like he told them to fight like hell and to go take back this country and then pardon the
Dude,
violent rioters who
a
police
lot of stuff has
officers
come out.
and
A
called
lot of
them
stuff.
patriots.
A lot of stuff came out on January 6th, right? You know, it's not really like some doors were opened, right?
Wait,
Some
are you
things.
Antifa?
Me? No.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah?
No. What? Antifa?
Yeah, are you
No.
Antifa? No?
No. No, dude.
You're not Antifa. So are you pro-fascism?
I can see your eyes.
Really?
Oh
you
no,
you can see my eyes?
there's the Antifa people who burn stuff down and protest, and
Yeah,
I'm
wait,
not.
so are you Antifa?
Well, am I anti-fascist or
Yeah.
am I
Are you anti-fascist? Yeah.
You can't conflate the two, bro.
Conflate what? I'm just asking if you're anti-fascist.
What's your definition of fascism, Parker?
Do I need to clarify in order for you to say that you're anti-fascist? I can,
What's
but I
your?
just like
Because I
it's the
want to know
14
what I'm
points of fascism, but I don't think I need to clarify.
I know
I'm
a lot
asking
about it.
under your own definition of fascism, right? Are you anti or pro-fascism?
I don't even know what it is anymore, bro.
He doesn't
Because
even know what
Antifa.
fascism is. He doesn't know.
No, no, because fascism is Mussolini to me.
Okay, that's
Fascism
you
to
can take that into
you,
account. So if wait, so then
fascism to
given
you
wait, so
is Donald
given the
Trump.
fascism given the fascism definition, right? Specifically, that includes Mussolini's definition of fascism. Does it meet your set of criteria? Like, are you anti or pro fascism?
No, fascism bad, Parker.
So you're anti. You're Antifa.
No, that's a organization. Antifa, in my opinion.
No.
Yeah, that's a
Antifa.
domestic terrorist.
Antifa is not a organization. What?
Yeah, well, they
No,
do
no, dude. Listen.
violent
Hold
stuff.
on, hold on. Antifa's not an organization. It's not a organization either. That's crazy.
Now you sound like your boy
Antifa.
Biden.
Listen, Antifa.
It's an
listen,
idea.
listen.
It's an idea.
Antifa is not an organization. Antifa is just saying that you're anti-fascist. Okay. So if you agree with me
Is
that
it?
you're anti-fascist, then you're Antifa.
No, dude, I'm not part of that cult, dude. I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
then you're
I'm
pro.
not-
So then you're pro-fascism. He
What?
said. He said
So-
being anti-fascist is a cult. That's crazy.
No,
Do you realize
Antifa
how
is a
nuts
cult.
you sound right now? You just said
Antifa
that.
is a
You just
cult,
said
bro.
that. You just said being anti-fascist means that you're in a cult.
No,
Hey,
you're
I
saying
love being in that. I love being in a cult, everyone. Number one cult, being anti-fascist. Number one cult. Look at that, everybody. Number one cult. If you like being in the number one cult, being an anti-fascist, everyone.